Well, hello everybody. Blue Devil Red Devil here. Yep. We're going to attempt this. Fuck it. Wrong tractor. Yep, a good old 2-cylinder. There it goes. No, I was hitting the wrong button repeatedly because I'm a fucking idiot. Let's see if this can handle this. Yes, it can. Cool. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Yes. Hi. Welcome to my video today. Today we plant the potato. And we do not climb mountains and throw rings into lava. That just seems idiotic and insane. But what we do is do this. Very useful. Being able to turn around like that. Wonder how the AI will handle this. Let's see. Well, it's doing a straight line better than I can. Damn right it should be doing a better line than me do. I'm tired, by the way. If you haven't told or can't tell, I am slurring my words like crazy. And I seem to be peaking. Hold on. Nope. I'm still at 50% volume. I must be just too close to the microphone. Let me push the microphone farther away. Maybe that will help. But, yeah, my old man was not feeling good, so we went to a hospital. And, we went to the hospital. And that was at 3 in the afternoon-ish. It is currently 4 a.m. in the morning. The hospital just took their sweet time testing stuff out for, like, his heart and stuff. And I am still peeking in the red. What is happening? Did the cat walk over my mic mixer? No. Well, I just dropped a water bottle on it. It's empty, but okay. Maybe I should just push the microphone farther away. Maybe that helps. How is it now? Hello? Am I in the red? Whatever. It seems to be turning alright. I'm too tired to drive. Ugh. I sat in the truck from 3 in the afternoon until about 2:30 a.m. Then came home. Takes about an hour to get home. And oh my god, I'm just brain dead. But I need to get this video recorded and get it out to you guys. Ow! Motherfucker! I just slammed my elbow against my desk. Ow! 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 Cat, hi. Hi, what are you doing? Did you miss me today? Yeah? Get that good spot, huh? Alright. What are you stuck on? You're stuck on tree. Oh, oh, oh. AI figured out. Did it? What are you doing, AI? I don't know. Yeah, I kinda had a figure. Figured something like that would be happening. We'll fix around the tree afterwards. This episode is gonna be kinda because of how tired I am. I can't go in a straight line. Someone throw me a lifeline. Also loud, I think, today. I don't know. Something's going on with my microphone. Why are you loud when you don't have to be loud? What is happening? Why are you loud today? Why? What? What is happening? I'm sorry, but everything's just... I don't fucking know. It's like it's extra loud for no reason. Let me just put the boost on the microphone down a little bit. Maybe that will help. Just to tune my ass down. And that should be fine. Back to the game, shall we? Go on, tractor with turbo. Go, go, go! You know, really, giving the tractor more horsepower, I don't know if it actually helps or not. Because for one, tractors don't use horsepower in the same way cars do. Not meant to go fast. Tractors are designed for torque. Well, you can have a very weak engine, but if the engine is designed or the transmission is designed to torque, have an overwhelming torque, it can still do a lot of stuff that even more powerful engine tractors can do. Look at the John Deere A from any of the years and the Ford 2000 tractor. They both have the same amount of horsepower, about 36. But the John Deere has better power to torque ratio than the Ford does. Also, the Ford has smaller wheels in the back, which means even though they have the same power, a John Deere A will be able to outpull and outtow a Ford 2000, even though they're the same tractor, and one is about 20 years newer. I think it's actually even newer. Phone. What is that? App? Oh, I don't care. Tell me I haven't used them and certain app in so many months. Don't care. I don't care. Which years was the John Deere A made? 1934 through 1952. What year was the Ford 2000 tractor made? 1962 to 1975. That's not right. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Because 65 to 75 is when they went to the other style. Because the original one from 62 to 65 was more like a John Deere or a Ford 9N and Jubilees. And then they remodeled them to look more squarish. Which is the one I have. I think mine is a 1967. I want to say, because when we first got it, the guy swore to us that it was a 1973. And then I looked up the serial number. Words. I looked up the serial number, and it said it was not even close to the 70s model. Oh, it's done. Oh, it's done. How are you doing? My God, what is happening over there? It has to be the trees because it's not happening up here. Why are you all the way down here? You did not need to come down here. Nothing's working. Everything's breaking. I don't know why I'm talking like this today. It must be. Probably because I was watching Apple play Among Us when I was sitting there at the hospital. And if you don't know who Apple is, I think that's her full username. I was just bored, so I just started watching other people's. I usually watch Chilled Chaos, Z-Royal Viking, and Jeremy Dooley play Among Us. And I decided to watch some of the other people's points of view. Apple's from England. Which I'm Irish, so those black and tans can go rocket. But, yeah, let's see. Why did you turn off? Alright, let's go clear up around these two trees real fast. And then set you over there. And I had to check 23. Oh, fuck. Fuck you, game. Wow, look at that little wheel go. You can do it! You can turn the world with your speed. it's moving. Look at it go. You keep getting stuck here. I was talking about Apple. Yeah. So, yeah, I was just listening to her, so I don't know. I'm guessing that's the reason why I keep breaking out in the proper English accent. And including sometimes when I'm tired, I start. For some reason, I just have that accent when I'm tired. I don't know why. I don't mean like, hey guys, I'm tired. I'm like, haha, I'm, I'm like, how fuck you tired. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Last time I asked the AI to do anything with that tractor. What are you doing? You are over there fucking trees. Stop being a tree fucker. That's the upgraded version of it. Tree hugger. Tree hugger evolved into tree fucker. Digivolve. Fuck! Stop sliding! Stop the fucking sliding! I'm too tired to figure out with your bullshit. Where are you going? What a weird straight line. Huh. What a weird straight line. What a weird straight line. And I need my go-go juice. Dr. Pepper. That'll keep me up for another sometime. I'm not going to say amount of time because it's probably going to be incorrect. I think just crash and burn and just fall asleep in the middle of recording. When I got home from truck driving, started playing Fallout 76. Yes, shut up. I used to fall asleep hanging out with people there. I just remember talking to them, and then the next moment I woke up, it's daylight, and I was kicked for not moving. I wonder whatever happened to those people. Including if I launch if I get on Fallout 76 on Xbox, oh my god, the amount of rare items my character has on there. Because I kept trading those friends I found there with stuff, and they kept giving me random leftovers of theirs to keep, or to sell, or to hold on to. And then they kind of moved on to other games, so I have so many unique items. If the inventory hasn't been purged. Why are you fucking trees? Why are you fucked between two trees? What did you do? What are you doing? You're fucking a fence. Stop that. Get some help. Ah, yeah, they'll save. What the fuck? Also, bail. There's another one to be added to the list to pick up. Oh my, you know what? Stop it. Stop it. I said get some help. You're in the fucking loony bin. Get some help. I'm already in the negative, Fox. That's fine. I got plenty of stuff to sell. Just need to wait for the proper time to sell it. Why is there a license plate on the planter? I think the person that programmed this couldn't record any longer. I like how there's actually a depth to the smokestack instead of, you know, it just being an image on top. There's an actual hole. It does go down. Down in there. That's cool. It's not that bad. But if you're claustrophobic, this is the worst type of tractor to be in. Actually, it looks like it got... I think it's pretty big. I don't know exactly how big this tractor is in real life. Because right now, with this planter, it makes it look tiny. In real life, I don't think the planter would be that big. I think the planter in real life is about the size of that cab, not the size of the tractor. It looks like to me it's only a 2-row planter. Which, yeah, that's exactly what it is. How you can tell? How did this turn off for? See how these points right down here? Those are what makes the furrow for the plant to be dropped into. So there's only 2 of them, meaning it says only a 2-row. These are the furrows between. Because, yeah, there's ridges. So, ground is flat. This makes one set of, this opens a furrow for the potato to fall into. This and this one will push dirt on top of the potato, which makes this ridge right here. Same thing with this one. And because it's moving some dirt over, then you would line this up with the furrow that this made. So the next one is in between, and you got potatoes. I don't know this method. I've never actually planted potatoes like this. The only time I ever planted potatoes is I dig a hole in ground. I slice potato, I throw it in, and I bury it. And then as potato plant grows, you take shovel of dirt and cover the plant, and you just keep hilling it until, yeah, so you plant potato in beginning of June, and then by August you stop hilling. Because to be honest, for me, doing it in my garden I don't need that many potatoes. But I've tested it out before. What I've done is I stacked old car tires and I keep stacking them up and up and up. Because I got 6 tires high to let the potato plant keep growing. And my microphone just started spiking like crazy. Why are you spiking? What is going on with my recording? Hello? Okay, hi. Yes, apparently my microphone was fucked up. Uh, yeah, so I should sound a lot better. I shouldn't be sounding all peaky. Kind of still peaky. But I should be a lot more quieter. I need a I need to reset up my desk so my microphone is directly mic mixer, not microphone. Mic mixer is somewhere in reachable. It's more reachable. I'm expecting my cat did walk across it at one point and turned one of the dials. Had me up a little bit. Not by much, mind you. Just enough to be annoying and untellable. Unintelligible? Untelling. It's hard to tell until I physically drag the mic mixer over in front of me. Because it's off in the corner of my desk. And my desk is awfully big. It's not like a little computer desk you buy at Walmart. No, this is like a desk that you would see in a bank. It is an L-shaped desk. It's not even L shape, it's a U shape. Because it has a big L-shaped part of the desk. And then it has behind me, a fancy dresser thing. Because there's sliding doors at one end, and the middle part has two drawers that slide out, and then the far end has big wide one big drawer in the bottom for filing, two sets of filing folders, and then two smaller drawers above it for other stuff. And how wide is this top? Let's see. This desktop is, I'm going to say it was originally 32. Unfortunately, I had to cut it down a little bit so it fit in this room, or my desk would have been too small. Which, thinking about it now, instead of cutting the actual desk, what I've done is cut that L shape, because I ruined the desk is what I've done. Because the backside of the desk now has a big wobble, and if I wanted to resell this, it won't work. Because for one, the L shape can be unscrewed from it, and the desk could have been sold as is, but now it just has a big bad cut on it because I didn't have a saw at the time, because my hand is raised, someone left the circular saw out when it rained. And to be fair, forecaster douchebag did not call for rain. But we did get 3 inches rain. Oh, look at that. Need to get this over to field 16. Actually, you will not be driving this down the road. But I know some muck farmers that will drive their crawlers down the road, because they hop from orchard to orchard, crisscrossing the road a couple times. You can always tell when they do that, because what they do is they line themselves up so they go in a straight line straight across it, and they will go along the roadside to get to the muck field. They only do that when their tractors are stuck. they got these beefy country tractors, is what they're called. Or no, not country, county tractors. County, country, I don't know. Think of tractors, but the front wheels are the same size as the back wheels, and they steer more of a. Some of them steer more like a bobcat does, or skid steer, if you know what that means. And other ones, the front wheels do turn. They just don't turn much because, like I said, they're both 30. They're both either 28-inch tires or they're both 32-inch tires. Something like that. But they're both massive. All four tires are massive. Because it is a Ford, they're the more smaller. They're not the big field tires, but what they do is they have width to them. They are flotation tires, are what they are. What the hell? Well, that's gonna run into issues, aren't I? See if I can push this over to the side. Fuck. Get the fuck over there. Now the pizza I had 2 hours ago is deciding it wants to haunt me by giving me the after heartburn. What did I say about fucking the trees? Jeez, it took a minute for the AI to make up its mind. God damn it, what did I say about the trees? The trees, Mason, what do they mean? Okay. I got some sick air there. I like how fast this it starts up. So nice. Let me go ahead and fill this up, then fix these planting problems. Ugh, I, my brain is just going kaput now. I don't even know what to talk about. We can talk about potatoes again. Potatoes. Um, yeah. So, what most people don't realize is the plant will keep growing no matter what. So, if you just go ahead and take a potato, good size, and here's a good way to tell. If you make a fist and hold up the potato to put your thumb at the top of your fist, not to the side, right on top. Then take a potato. If it if you can put it in front of your hand that's making the fist and you do not see your hand anymore, you can cut that into fours. If you can start to see the tips of your fingers or your knuckles and the bottom of your wrist, or yeah, if you can put it in there and you can see if it's smaller than where your knuckles are, you can cut that into, you cut it just in half. You want to take, when putting it in the ground, you want to put the side that's been cut to the dirt. That's where the roots are going to come out of. And when you usually see a potato starting to sprout in a bag, those aren't roots. Those are the plants themselves coming out. So what you want to do is you want to take the cut, and you should cut in fours. Take the put it in the ground with the two sides, because it's going to be, if you do it cross, the lengthwise of the potato, then a cross potato, it's going to make like a V shape. Put that against the ground, the V. So both sides are against the ground. Now, as the potato plant starts to grow and come out of the ground, you will see it starts to turn, or you'll see the plant start to grow. And once the plant gets about, I don't know, a good measurement that people understand. So if you take your hand and put it down, and it reaches above your wrist, just pile some dirt up there. Do not cover the entire plant. Just pile up dirt to where the most upper leaves of the plant are free of dirt. And that will continue to grow higher. And you just keep doing that. And you can keep doing that all the way to the point of harvesting. That's also based on the potatoes you have. I do believe there are 3 different varieties of plant. The potato plant, there's more variety. The plants themselves, because you got the viney plants, you got the stand-up plants, and then I think the last one is the one that likes to curl. If I remember correctly, or I might be getting it wrong with sweet potatoes. Which sweet potatoes, yams, are something completely different. And I will fight you on that. I will die upon this hill of knowledge I have, even though I don't remember all of it correctly. But yeah, so Yeah, so like I said, you can keep the potato plants going for a good while. Um, if you actually do another method of, I did not mean to do that. I'm trying to zoom out to get quieter. Damn it. I got to turn the planter back on. Um, if you do the other method of you dig giant pit and start the potato in the pit, and then slowly fill the pit in as the potato grows, because you get it down below the frost layer, you can actually leave the plant in the ground over winter. As long as, you know, no rodents or insects will get at it, but you can just leave the plant in the ground and it will be there. Um, I know some farmers used to do that. So that way they would just put a stick there in the ground, and during winter they would just go out there and dig it up. How they got through the frost layer is beyond me, but you know, the only thing I can think of is they covered the spot right before rain with straw. And that way the straw would freeze and the ground underneath it would not. Because wet straw creates heat. But the problem is there's so many old farming methods that have been lost throughout time because they were commonplace, so commonplace, no one decided they needed to be written down because they're so common. It's the same thing with a lot of food, a lot of stuff with food and other stuff. Uh, I like watching is it medieval history? Problem is, watching that show, they talk about it a couple times throughout the series. Um, that there were books written about how to do stuff. Problem is, they were stuff that was new. It was new to them. The problem is, just like nowadays, the old stuff was so much of a commonplace, they were not being written down or being told about because everyone already knew them. So, the methods that we know from back in medieval days and older are methods that were written down. Unfortunately, the methods that were not written down were the methods that a lot of the historians and stuff want to know about because they are either painted, talked about, or mentioned in poems. Problem is, there's no physical written down of why or how they did this stuff. It's just there. There's evidence of stuff happening, just not how or why they were doing this stuff. Because everyone knew of it to the point where they thought the idea of wasting time writing it down was dumb. You even see that nowadays where how to do stuff is becoming harder and harder to figure out because so many, we got the opposite problem. There are so many versions of stuff that looking up how to do one thing is overwritten by other stuff. Especially on YouTube. If you're trying to look up how to do this, because the algorithm works off popular videos and the most viewed video, even though you're looking up this one particular item, you'll get items closely related to it that has nothing to do with it. Because you mentioned this one word, and the algorithm goes like, hey, he mentioned this one word, and these are videos based on that one word right after how do I, or how can I. Which is annoying and dumb at times. Google has the same problem. And you might be wondering what I'm talking about. Say I want to look up stuff for my Ford 2000 tractor. Now, if I say, how do I fix my Ford 2000 tractor, it's only going to take the first two words, Ford 2000. And instead of looking up tractors, it's going to look up anything that has to do with Ford and 2000. Because the algorithm is looking for the most viewed and popular videos, which are most likely going to be Ford 2000 vehicles from the 2000, which is super fucking annoying when you're trying to look up tractors and it keeps giving you information on cars, trucks, and vans. Even if you put a year like 19, like for me, 1979. Well, that's my pickup truck. 1967 Ford 2000 tractor. It's still going to look up stuff related to Ford 2000, and it might go for the year and the number, and it's a tractor. Why? Because there's more videos and more viewed videos on how to fix trucks and cars and vans over tractors. So it's gonna pull those because those are more popular and more viewed. It's just like, and then you have problems where multiple models are made over and over again. International has that problem. Like if you look up the International Farm Wall N, which most people are going to think of it as an International Farm Wall N, it's not an international. Yes, it's made by the international company, but it's not a international farm wall. It's just a farm wall. International is just the company who produced it. Farm wall was made by a person who worked in the farm wall higher ups. Because farm wall was its own branch of the company. International Tractors was its own branch, and International Vehicles was its own branch. It was just all under the umbrella of the International Corporation. You can run in, so as you type in International Farm Roll Tractor, nowadays you get it will give you the number of a international tractor, a farm roll tractor, and a case international farm roll tractor. Fuck you, Case. Why did you have to do that? I know you were just going back and going, hey, we made formals again. Buy them, old people. But all you did was make the algorithm online go shit itself because it couldn't figure out the difference between 3 different corporations. And with John Deere B's. My John Deere B is a 1939. Problem is, if I type in 1939 John Deere B, it tries to look up a John Deere B, which is a John Deere lawnmower as well, with part numbers that have the 1939 in its serial number, which is so annoying at times. I'm trying to look up YouTube videos and it keeps coming up with lawnmowers. And somewhere along the way, John Deere decided it was going to name one of the lawnmowers a John Deere B. Which I do believe they have a John Deere A lawnmower, a John Deere B lawnmower, just because lawnmowers with the same numbers as your grandfather's tractors. Buy them for nostalgia. No, screw you. All you did was make it harder to figure out how to fix mine. Also, a lot of the old manuals for John Deere are kind of hard to come by. Which, speaking of which, next month, when is it? Hold on. Yeah. But they're meowing like that. Yeah, not in June. July 10th through the 12th, there will be the New York State 2-cylinder John Deere Tractor Expo. Yeah, you okay? Did you trip over something? Yeah, Expo at Canandaigua, New York, Steam Pageant Field. It's just east of Canandaigua on 5 and 20. They usually have a huge John Deere memorabilia and equipment and tractor auction. So I plan to go to see about getting some manuals for my John Deere B. Trying to find some of the original, because unfortunately the one I have that I bought, they decided they're going to redo the manuals, but they're going to shove several different years into one manual, and it's hard to find what is the correct ones for my tractor when you have listings for like 3 different. Actually, I think it's from the unstyled to the first styled. So I think it's from the original B, from when it first started, all the way to 1940 something, which spans 3 different generations of John Deere. Actually, no. It's the original John Deere unstyled, the first styled, and then the branch. My brain is too tired to really figure this out. It's not the 50s models. because the 50 models were much different than the 40s. So 1939 is the first year they decided to do styled, and they did the body part, body, tin, and stuff, which the previous ones didn't really have them. They're called the unstyled. Um, I think John Deere started making the B's and A's. I just looked it up. God damn it. Holy shit, it's been 1 hour. And that tractor's stuck again. Yeah. Yeah. Got it, yeah. Alright. Oh, you're done. No, you're not. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You disgust me. How did you hit the 1-3? Alright, we'll finish this up next time. Alright, so we'll get back onto this conversation if I remember it next time. I'll probably rant about something else, but I need to edit this, I need to edit another video, and then I need to go to bed. And it is 5:41 in the morning. Oh, I'm fucking tired. Whoa. I have been Blue Dare Red Devil. And if you like what you see and you want to see more of it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in hell. Hell is where my bed is. It's comfy there. Come sleep. Sleep the long sleep. Alright, goodbye.